All right, it's 7:15 on the dot. I'm Fox 19 now, First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart. And we're seeing a pretty nice start to the work week. I mean, it was a great weekend, a little crisp out there a few of the mornings. I went down and went and did one of the tours, one of the riverboat rides, I guess you would say, down on the Natchez. And it was fantastic. Really good time. Weather was perfect. Can't blame me for anything bad this weekend for once. And it was really nice. A little chilly out there early, though, but I did not need the coat for long, as we were telling you. It warmed up pretty quickly. The sun is down already, and I know it's just getting to that time of the year where the 7:15 show, the sun's already been down for over 10 minutes. 9 is our weather number of the day here, and I'm almost pressing the wrong button. 9 is the typical number of October days where we see at least some sort of measurable precipitation. I couldn't talk at all tonight. Measurable precipitation. This year so far, I know we're not even halfway through, but we've only had 2. I mean, we're close to halfway, and we're running a little bit behind schedule there in the rain department, as you probably know. We do have a rain chance in the forecast here, but we're going to have to wait a little while to get there. That'll be coming in at the earliest Saturday evening, but I really think it's more so going to be Sunday morning. It's good that it's coming in early Sunday rather than late in the evening Saturday, because that storm system is going to be pretty potent, and there is a good chance we could see some severe storms from that. Not us necessarily, but there's a good chance that storm system will produce some severe weather, likely off to our southwest. We'll talk about that coming up in a bit. Let's talk about these sunsets. How about that? 7:02 is the sunset time this evening. Tomorrow, the sunset time is 7 on the dot. 2, count them, 2 more sunsets that we have. The one, well, I guess 1 now because this one's already over. 1 more sunset after this evening's before we get into the 6 o'clock time range. And we're not going to be hanging around the 6 o'clock time range very long, because in just 3 short weeks, folks, 3 of them, well, a little less than 3 weeks, I guess, because 3 weeks puts us at November 3rd. But November 2nd, that sunset time bumps up to 5:34. Some of you might still be at work. I know I will be. Some of you might still be at work out there by the time the sun is setting that early. And, yeah, it's going to be not because we're actually losing that much daylight that quickly, but you lose a little bit, and then daylight saving time comes to an end early on the 2nd. That's a Sunday. So while you're sleeping, right, we fall back. You get that extra hour of daylight. That's how they sucker you in, right? They get you with the extra hour of daylight, thinking it's a great thing. And then the sunset time is then at 5:34. So anyway, enjoy those later sunsets. They're almost gone. Like I said, this one's gone. It's over the horizon already. Things getting dark out there, and, well, otherwise it's a pretty nice night. These temperatures are going to drop off here pretty quick. 69 right now, north wind, mostly clear skies. Expect temperatures in a lot of spots, upper 40s, low 50s. As you head out the door on a not-so-terrible Tuesday. It looks like a pretty good day tomorrow. The only thing that's going to happen this week, at least for the work week, is going to be this cold front here off of the west. All the precipitation you're seeing with it, that's not coming. High pressure is going to block that out there. A little ridge of high pressure over the Ohio Valley will keep us dry. But the cold front will eventually pass us by there Wednesday into Thursday. It'll shift the winds a little bit, and that'll take our temperatures down from the low 70s we'll see outside tomorrow and drop them back into the mid-60s. That's the high temperature by the time we have the Bengals home game there Thursday night football against that other team that we don't talk about. It'll feel like football weather, so that's nice out there, but you will want the sweatshirt or the coat, maybe just depending on your cold tolerance there Thursday. That's it for the work week. We catch a nice little break. Our next storm system that's actually going to give us any kind of bad weather, that is a long ways off the west coast. That one will not arrive until Saturday night and Sunday at the earliest, but it is one we have to keep an eye on. As I tell you pretty regularly, fall is our what we call kind of second season around here. A lot of people think of spring as the only severe weather season, tornadoes and so on, right? But you can have some severe weather. This is a transition period in the weather department, just like spring is, right? From cold to warm in spring, and now we're going warm to cold the other direction, and we can have some severe storms this time of the year. There have already, the Storm Prediction Center, they're already highlighting an area. This is 6 days out. This is a day 6 risk for severe weather that stretches from southwest Indiana all the way back down into the Arklamis and back into eastern Texas. So that is something we have to keep an eye on here. I'll even move it around a little bit. There we go. All the way down to northern Louisiana. This is Saturday. Now, for us, we are not in this risk area. However, that's just where the highest chances are. We could have a chance for some severe weather. It might be a marginal risk, like late Saturday. I'm talking mostly overnight hours. So how they do this, it's Saturday into early Sunday to about 8 a.m. So this runs all the way through 8 a.m. Sunday as well, give or take there, into this coming weekend. So something we have to keep an eye on because we do have a chance that some of those storms will be hanging around and coming in early Sunday for us. That's just the highest chance, 6 days out. That could certainly spread into the Ohio Valley, our neck of the woods, right, by Sunday. So something to keep an eye on here into the weekend. Something that we don't really need to keep an eye on is this. Lorenzo, out there just west of the Cape Verde Island. The Cape Verde, by the way, or Verde. I said this wrong in the past, and I still say it how I want to say it, which is Cape Verde because it sounds cool. The Cape Verde, or Verde, somebody will correct me, I'm sure. Islands, they're just west of there. By the way, they just qualified for the World Cup today. Second smallest country ever to qualify, behind Iceland a couple of years back, right? So the Cape Verde, I don't know. I'm going to say Verde because I think it's cool. There are islands out there. They're in the clear from this, but Lorenzo, we are also in the clear from Lorenzo. This is another fish storm. It won't even push halfway across the Atlantic. It is going to be out of here and warping its way back up to the north and fizzling out. So no issues in the tropics. That's all we have right now is Lorenzo, and it does not even pose a threat. Let's see what we got going on in the question department. We have JD, how am I today? I'm great. I'm hungry, but that is typical of 721 any day. Because let's see, Canton tomorrow morning, crisp, clear. You might see some fog up in Canton tomorrow morning, but that's about the only issue. We will not see likely a lot of fog here. If we see any, it's going to be in the river valleys or in our northeasternmost communities, but I'm not really expecting a ton of that. It looks to be more of a central Ohio, kind of Columbus north and south event. Let's see, what else we got? 24 hours is 24 hours pick. Yeah, I agree. Daylight saving time. We've tried saving the daylight numerous times, and I don't think we've saved it. It's just annoying. Yeah, so Harvey, I agree with you. Just leave it alone. It should have died a long time ago. Nonetheless, we still have daylight saving time coming to an end early November the 2nd, so it's about 3 weeks away. Is it going to get really cold? Well, we have some cool downs. We'll talk about that. That one cold front by midweek will drop us into the 40s again, but it's a brief cool down. We're back up to 78 Saturday, which is going to help to fuel that severe weather threat. Let's see. December 10th, 21. Yeah, we really needed to get rid of daylight saving time a long time ago. Let's see. Karen didn't do anything either. Harvey was talking here about Karen not amounting to anything. Yeah, we've gotten really lucky on the tropical season so far. We've had a lot of names, but a lot of those storms have been fish storms or just moving off the coast. Darla, happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday to you. I did have a good weekend. If you missed it, I was talking about real quick off the top that I hopped on the Natchez for a little cruise Saturday morning. A little crisp on the upper deck Saturday, but that sun warmed me up pretty quick. It was nice. It's really good, really cool time. Hopefully you guys got to get down, check out River Roots, or do something this weekend. I mean, the weather was perfect. Really, really nice couple of days. All right, shall we get back to it? All right, that's enough lollygagging here. We'll see if any more comments pop up. Temperatures dropping. Again, not too far tonight. You need the jacket, maybe a coat tomorrow, but not for long. 50s, and then climbing back from this, maybe even some upper 40s, just depending on who's mostly cloud-free tonight. We'll get back up to the low 70s tomorrow afternoon. Mostly sunny skies. I mean, we're going to barely see a cloud in the sky. That area of high pressure diving in, and it keeps us nice and dry as well, even though a cold front's going to try to push in on Wednesday. It's a dry front, though, no rain from it, but it will drop these temperatures back down. So slim fog chance. That's mostly, again, going to be east or northeast of town tomorrow. Here we go with the cold front. 68 Wednesday, back to 66 for the football game on Thursday. Joe Flacco, he's just warming up. Just wait. Undefeated from here on out. You can bet on it. Joe Flacco. What was the saying? I don't know if I can say it on here. Flack around and find out. Flacco round and find out. Something like that. That was the inappropriate comment of the night. 66. Joe Flacco in town. Welcome, Joe Flacco. I know he's a big viewer of the 7:15 weather show. What else we got? Driving to Maryland Saturday. Earlier, better option. Doesn't like driving in the rain. So Saturday here we should be mostly dry. I'm going to show you that in a second, Amy. Not going to have a whole lot going on here Saturday until late in the evening. So yeah, if you're driving to Maryland, you should beat most of it. I want to check on the timing later in the week to see if that moves up or not. But yeah, earlier the better, just generally. Thursday, football. Here we go. Thursday, forecast against a team we don't talk about, 64 for tailgating. And tailgating in this case is you getting off work, because this is an 8:15 kick, and that's about 6 o'clock or so. We'll still be sitting about 64 degrees. Not bad. I mean, this is a really nice night for some football or anything else. Again, if you have the evening plans, maybe not an outdoor dinner reservation. It's going to get pretty chilly pretty quick with the sun setting earlier and earlier, but really nice outside. Just take a sweatshirt or a jacket, and you'll be in good shape for that game. Really nice. Here we go on the weather timeline. I'm getting to this right now. Amy. Thursday game, again, mostly clear skies. Perfecto. Working our way through Friday, high thin clouds. That's it. I think we stay dry for Friday and Saturday, at least most of Saturday. This takes us to 5 o'clock. Now, this is important because FC Cincinnati has their final home game of the season, regular season, here on Saturday at 7 o'clock. I do think, as of right now, we are going to stay dry for that. But this far out, you know how things change. That storm system could move in a little earlier. That would bump up the timing. We'll keep an eye on this for the next couple of days because, I don't want to guarantee anything because you just can't this far out. But for right now, things look dry, just increasing clouds for Saturday for most of us, right? So you heading to Maryland, you'll be in okay shape. As long as you leave, earlier the better, because again, if this moves up in timing, that could be an issue. Saturday night and a Sunday, though, that storm system arrives in our area. And how it looks right now in the model, this would give us our favorite, the old 7-10 split in the heavy rain department. Heavy rain to the north, strong storms to the south, and it could just go right over us, and we might not see a whole lot at all. That would just be how it works out here. We'll keep an eye on this. On timing, because if this bumps up any earlier to late Saturday night, one, that would impact the FC Cincinnati match, but it would also give these storms more fuel to work with, and that would give us a higher severe weather threat. But right now, the worst of it looks to be off to our southwest a little earlier in that timeline. So we'll keep an eye on that. That rain moves out Sunday night into Monday, and then we're drying back out again as we work way through the rest of that forecast. And you can see we're dry again. So that's our one rain opportunity the next 10 days. Will it be a lot? No, not a ton. And it just depends. Like I said, it's kind of right now where the model's showing it. It's giving us that 7-10 split. If I zoom out, you will see much higher rainfall totals up there to the north, much higher just off to the south. And we'll see how that plays out, right? Could switch, could change. Yep, no problem, Andy. And, something we'll have to keep an eye on because it's too early for details, but we'll keep an eye on that. What I do know is the temperatures are certainly going to be a lot cooler through the second half of the weekend. We're not going to see much sun, right? So that slim chance late Saturday, better chances for rain, a rain-cooled upper 60s and low 70s for us for the second half of the weekend. Saturday for now, at least for most of the plans, including FC Cincinnati, everything looks pretty good. But again, something we'll have to keep an eye on. Some ups and downs for the forecast. Again, we have that dry, cold front next couple of days there diving in. That cools us down to a chilly, I would say chilly, a comfortable, a seasonable. I didn't look up the normals. Oops. But I know it's a little cooler than that, so probably about 68, 63, somewhere in that department, that, ball range there. So closer to normal anyway by next week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. A little closer to where we should be. Saturday, those winds are shifting. So how that low pressure system works is it's pulling in on the front end because winds around that are pulling in a counterclockwise direction. I'm trying to show that for you with my hand awkwardly. For Saturday, we're going to have that southerly breeze ramping in it. It will be breezy, I think, too, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Maybe gusts over 20 miles an hour, not out of the question. So something to keep an eye on as well for Saturday, which will push us to 78. It's a brief warm-up because then the cold front crashes in, giving us a rain opportunity Sunday into Monday. And then things look more seasonable. Long-term outlook, I wouldn't plan on it staying seasonable for long. Long-term outlook still has us through almost the end of the month above normal, which working our way towards the end of October, the normal by the end of the month, it's 60 and 40, right? Normal high temperature 60, low temperature 40, I know that. So above, it might not be that much above. It might be, mid-60s rather than, low 60s. So either way, looks to be above normal. Definitely nothing below normal. That's all off to the west. And when it comes to rainfall, drum roll please, it's still near normal. Not anything that's going to be drought quenching, and we need some help in that department, but we're not going to get much here the next 7 to 14 days. we have that one rain opportunity. Some areas could pick up an inch of rain from this storm system on Sundays, early Sunday, but it's going to be feast or famine again. Some spots aren't going to get enough. Here we go through the next 7. Here we'll give you the first 7 of 10. How about that? Bengals game, a little cooler, nice though. I mean, really nice for the game. Mostly sunny skies, gorgeous evening down here. You know, come into town, enjoy it. 66, enjoy it unless you're a Steelers fan. 72 Friday, some filtered sunshine there to close out the weekend for high school football, and then that starts our next warm-up. Back to 72 Friday, 78 on Saturday. But it's going to be a little breezy. There's not going to be much humidity. That will be building, though, the later we get in the day. So, you know, maybe a little sticky out there for FC Cincinnati. With any luck, the rain will hold off until after that game wraps up. Sunday, showers, thunderstorms. Right now, it is not a first alert weather day. It's too far out, but there's a chance that could become our next first alert weather day, just depending on what happens with that severe weather area. And, you know, just in general, since it's a Sunday and there's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of people out and about, it could be a pretty soggy day, so that could impact you anyway. So we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe that'll happen by tomorrow or the next day. Keeping our eyes on the severe weather threat, and then temperatures tumble back towards the end of the forecast. The only other chance for rain we have right now comes in next Thursday, but that is a whole 10 days away. So that could certainly change between now and then, and temperatures, again, more seasonable there by the end of the forecast. Brief warm-up, brief cool-down, brief warm-up, brief cool-down. It's just that time of the year. All right, I have no other questions, which is great. I'm going to hop back and see if there's any cameras that look cool. Probably not, but we'll try because the sun is already down. Let's see what we got going on in the old 6-camera panel situation. Let's see. We got nothing, 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 and nothing. The sun is down. I guess that one looks cool enough. We'll just pull this one up. How about that? How about a little Newport cam action? City all lit up. I'm sure there's a reason why everything is pink. I could probably Google that, but you could probably do that as well on your own. Bengals lights are orange, but the ballpark there looks like Great American is in pink, and it looks like the tiara on the Great American Insurance Building is pink, and it looks like that other building back there that I could not tell you what it is off the top of my head. It looks pink. Fifth Third is in blue. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's in pink, though. It might just be Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Is that what it is? Is that my guess? That's what I'm going with. Anywho, enjoy your evening, everyone. You know, next chance of rain several days away. We'll keep an eye on that. Enjoy it, everybody. Have a great night.